Have you ever thought about someone, and moments later they called, texted, or appeared in your dream? Or maybe you felt an unexplainable warmth in your heart, a sudden change in mood, or a strange sense that someone was missing you. These experiences often leave us wondering if there's something deeper happening beneath the surface of everyday life. The truth is, human connection goes far beyond what we can see or touch. Psychology teaches us that the human mind is far more powerful and mysterious than we realize. Our thoughts, emotions, and memories create invisible threads that link us to the people who matter most. When you share a deep emotional bond with someone, whether it's love, friendship, or spiritual connection, your energy often synchronizes with theirs. This is why you can sense someone's emotions even without being in the same room. Science calls this emotional resonance, but many describe it as a soul connection. From a psychological point of view, our brains are wired to form deep emotional attachments. We store people not just as faces or names, but as emotional experiences. Moments of love, comfort, pain, or longing. When those memories are powerful, they don't fade easily. Even when distance or silence separates you, your subconscious mind keeps listening for signals from that person. That's why you might dream about them, feel their presence, or think of them suddenly out of nowhere. Your mind is still tuned to their frequency. From a spiritual perspective, everything in the universe is energy. Thoughts, emotions, and intentions all vibrate at specific frequencies. When two people connect deeply, their energies can intertwine, creating an invisible bond that exists even when they are apart. Many call this phenomenon energetic or telepathic connection. It's the idea that your soul can sense another soul's thoughts or emotions through subtle vibrations. This connection often manifests as signs: seeing repeating numbers, hearing your song unexpectedly, or feeling someone's presence during quiet moments. It's important to understand that these experiences are not coincidences or mere imagination. They're reminders of how interconnected human beings truly are. Whether through science or spirituality, both perspectives point to the same truth. Energy travels. Thoughts have power, and emotions can reach across distance. Love, in its purest form, is a frequency that never really fades. It only transforms. The following signs, from sudden emotional shifts to unexpected synchronicities, help you recognize when someone might be secretly thinking about you or when your souls are still in quiet conversation. Each sign blends psychological reasoning with spiritual understanding, showing that the mind and the heart are not separate worlds, but two sides of the same human mystery. In this exploration, you'll discover that connection doesn't end when words do, and presence isn't limited by physical space. Sometimes your heart already knows what your mind can't explain, that someone, somewhere, still feels your energy and thinks of you more often than you realize. You suddenly feel emotional. Changes without reason. Have you ever felt an unexpected wave of emotion? Happiness, sadness, peace, or even anxiety without any clear reason? According to both psychology and spiritual belief, these sudden emotional shifts can sometimes be a sign that someone is deeply thinking about you. Our emotions are not isolated. They're connected through the energy and memories we share with others. When a strong emotional bond exists between two people, thoughts and feelings can travel across distances in subtle, unseen ways. From a psychological perspective, this experience is often linked to emotional resonance and mirror neurons. These neurons in our brain activate when we observe or think about someone we care for. Even without direct contact, our subconscious mind can pick up emotional cues connected to that person. For example, if someone who loves you is feeling lonely or nostalgic, your brain might tune into that energy unconsciously, causing you to feel a sudden sense of sadness or longing without knowing why. From a spiritual or energetic viewpoint, everything in the universe is made of vibrations. Each thought and emotion carries a certain frequency. When someone is constantly thinking about you, especially with strong emotion, their energy may connect with yours. You might feel a sudden warmth in your heart, a tightness in your chest, or a deep sense of comfort or unease. This isn't magic. It's the subtle exchange of emotional energy between two connected souls. These emotional shifts are usually stronger when there's a mutual connection or unfinished emotional energy between you and the other person. For instance, if you've shared deep love, loss, or unresolved tension, the emotional link remains active even when you're apart. Your subconscious can sense the vibrations of their thoughts, which your conscious mind interprets as an unexplained mood swing. It's important to note, though, that not all emotional changes mean someone is thinking about you. Stress, hormonal changes, or external triggers can also affect your mood. The key difference is the timing and depth of the feeling. If the emotion feels sudden, intense, and connected to a specific person, especially if it happens repeatedly, it may be more than coincidence. In essence, when your emotions shift without logical cause, it might be your inner self picking up on another person's thoughts or energy. It's a reminder that human connection runs deeper than words. Sometimes, the heart feels what the mind cannot explain. You think of them out of nowhere. Have you ever been going about your day, working, reading, or just relaxing, when suddenly a person's face or name flashes in your mind without any reason? You weren't reminded of them by anything around you, yet there they are, vivid and real in your thoughts. This experience is more than coincidence. Many psychological and spiritual explanations suggest it could be a sign that someone is thinking deeply about you at that very moment. From a psychological standpoint, this phenomenon is often connected to the subconscious mind and emotional memory. Our brains store emotional connections like invisible threads, even if we're not consciously aware of them. When someone thinks about you with emotion, whether love, regret, or longing, your subconscious can detect that energy pattern and surface their image or memory in your mind. It's a kind of mental echo or empathic resonance that bridges the space between you. Neuroscience also provides an interesting angle. The human brain constantly filters information, but when something emotionally significant is pinged, even unconsciously, it activates related neural networks. For instance, if someone who shares a strong emotional bond with you focuses on you intensely, your brain might respond with an unprompted thought of them, even if you can't explain why. From a spiritual or energetic perspective, thoughts carry energy. When someone's thoughts are directed strongly toward you, especially with affection or longing, those thoughts send out energetic vibrations that your spirit can feel. It's like a soft tap on your inner awareness, nudging you to notice them. This is why you may suddenly think of someone moments before they text, call, or post something significant. It's the law of energetic connection in action, the invisible communication between souls who share a bond. The key sign that this is more than random is the intensity and timing of the thought. If you think of someone suddenly and it feels emotionally charged, not just a passing memory, it often reflects an active energetic or emotional exchange. Many people experience this with close friends, romantic partners, or loved ones who are far away but emotionally close. In short, when you find yourself thinking of someone out of nowhere, pause and pay attention. It could be a mental coincidence, or it might be a subtle sign that your energies are intertwining in that very moment. Sometimes the mind remembers what the heart already knows. Connection doesn't end with distance or silence. It continues quietly through thought. You experience random energy rushes or warm feelings. Have you ever felt a sudden wave of warmth, excitement, or energy without any clear cause? As if something invisible touched your heart. These unexpected sensations can be more meaningful than they appear. Many people describe such experiences as a sign that someone is thinking about them with strong emotion, sending subtle, energetic vibrations that your body unconsciously picks up. From a psychological perspective, this can be linked to the body's natural response to emotional energy. When someone is on your mind or deeply connected to you, your brain releases hormones and neurotransmitters, such as dopamine and oxytocin, even in their absence. This can lead to a quickened heartbeat, a rush of warmth, or a sudden spark of happiness. It's similar to what happens when you receive a message from someone you love. Your body reacts before your mind processes why. Sometimes that same response happens instinctively when they think of you, especially if your emotional connection is strong. From a spiritual or energetic viewpoint, everything in the universe vibrates at different frequencies, including thoughts and feelings. When someone directs loving, affectionate, or even longing thoughts toward you, their energy may resonate with your own, creating a sudden energetic surge. This might feel like a gentle warmth in your chest, a tingling sensation, or an internal glow that makes you feel comforted without knowing why. You may also notice these sensations occur at specific moments, such as when you're about to fall asleep, when you wake up suddenly at night, or when you're quietly daydreaming. These are times when your mind is relaxed and more open to subtle energy signals. Spiritually, this is when the veil between thoughts and intuition is thinnest, allowing you to sense the presence or emotion of someone who's thinking about you. It's also important to observe the quality of the feeling. Warmth, peace, or joy often indicate that the person thinking of you has positive emotions: love, gratitude, or longing. On the other hand, sudden heaviness, nervous energy, or unease may suggest unresolved emotions or tension between you. In essence, when you experience a random rush of energy or a comforting warmth without a clear reason, it may be a gentle sign from the universe or from someone's heart reaching out to you energetically. It reminds us that human connections are not limited to words or touch. Sometimes the body feels what the soul already knows. You keep seeing repeating numbers or signs linked to them. Have you ever noticed certain numbers or symbols appearing repeatedly, like 1111, 222, 333, or even their birthday date showing up everywhere? You glance at the clock and it's 11:11. Later, you buy something and the total ends in 222. Then you see their name or favorite color on a random post. These coincidences often feel too intentional to ignore, and many believe they are spiritual signs that someone is thinking about you or energetically connected to you. From a psychological viewpoint, this phenomenon relates to something called frequency illusion, or Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. Once your brain tags a certain number, name, or symbol as meaningful, especially if it's connected to a person you care about, your subconscious starts noticing it more often. However, this doesn't make the experience any less powerful. In fact, the emotional significance behind these patterns can serve as a bridge between your conscious mind and your deeper intuition, hinting that someone important is on your wavelength. From a spiritual or metaphysical perspective, repeating numbers are often called angel numbers, messages from the universe or higher energy realms. When you're deeply connected to someone on a soul level, your energy fields intertwine, and the universe mirrors that connection through signs and synchronicities. Seeing repeating numbers or patterns related to that person could be the universe's way of saying, they're thinking of you too. For example, seeing 111 may symbolize alignment of thoughts. You and that person are thinking of each other simultaneously. 22 can mean emotional balance and mutual feelings. It often points to spiritual connection and divine protection surrounding the bond. Seeing their birth date or initials repeatedly may signal that their energy is actively reaching out to yours. These signs often appear during moments of emotional reflection, such as when you're missing them, healing from separation, or questioning your connection. It's as if the universe uses patterns to confirm what your heart already suspects, that your bond is still alive on a deeper level. If you're seeing these signs constantly, pay attention to your emotional state at that moment. What are you thinking or feeling? Who crosses your mind right before or after you notice them? These clues can help you interpret the message behind the signs. In essence, repeatedly seeing specific numbers, symbols, or coincidences linked to someone isn't just random chance. It's the universe's subtle language, reminding you that energy, thoughts, and love can travel across any distance. It's a quiet whisper saying, this connection still matters. You dream about them. Frequently, dreams are one of the most mysterious and powerful ways the mind and soul communicate. When you keep dreaming about someone repeatedly, especially someone you have strong feelings or history with, it's often more than coincidence. These dreams may reflect a deep energetic or emotional connection, suggesting that this person is thinking about you, consciously or subconsciously, and that their energy is reaching you through your dream state. From a psychological perspective, dreams serve as the mind's natural process of emotional release and reflection. Our subconscious uses dreams to sort through unresolved emotions, unspoken thoughts, and powerful memories. When you dream of a particular person often, it means they occupy a meaningful space in your subconscious mind. You might not think about them much during the day, but at night, when your conscious mind rests, their image reappears because your emotions toward them remain active. However, when these dreams feel vivid, emotional, or strangely real, they may also represent shared or mutual energy exchange. Psychology explains that our brains mirror emotions. When someone is thinking intensely about you, your subconscious can sense it. That's why sometimes you wake up from a dream about someone and feel a lingering emotion, warmth, sadness, love, or confusion, as if you truly met them in another realm. From a spiritual or metaphysical viewpoint, dreams are portals for soul communication. When two people share a strong, energetic bond, their higher selves can connect through the dream world, especially when one person is sending out focused energy, such as thinking, missing, or longing for the other. In spiritual terms, this is often described as telepathic dreaming or astral connection. You might even share the same dream theme or feel their presence so vividly that it feels like a real meeting. If you often dream of someone at specific emotional moments, like when they're sad, missing you, or going through change, it may be your soul's way of tuning into their emotional frequency. It's also possible that your subconscious is helping you process the connection, release old attachments, or prepare for a new stage in your relationship. To understand these dreams, pay attention to how they make you feel. Peaceful, loving dreams may indicate mutual affection or healing energy. Disturbing or recurring dreams could signal unresolved emotions or the need for closure. Ultimately, dreaming frequently about someone is a gentle reminder that emotional and energetic bonds can transcend time and space. The heart and mind are connected in ways science can't fully measure, and sometimes the dream world becomes the meeting place for two souls who still think of each other. You feel a sudden pull toward a specific place or song. Have you ever found yourself suddenly drawn to a particular place, song, or moment without understanding why? Maybe you felt the urge to visit a cafe you haven't been to in years, only to realize it reminds you of someone. Or perhaps a song starts playing, and you instantly feel emotional, as though it's whispering messages from a memory or another person's heart. These experiences are not random. They often occur when someone's energy is subtly reaching out to you, guiding your emotions and attention toward reminders of your connection. From a psychological perspective, this can be explained through associative memory. Our brains store emotional memories in layers, linking feelings, sounds, and places together. When someone thinks intensely about you, or when you're subconsciously connected to them, your mind may trigger cues that remind you of that person. A song, scent, or familiar location can act as a bridge to their energy. You don't choose to think of them. Your subconscious simply responds to an unseen emotional signal, surfacing memories tied to that person. From a spiritual or energetic viewpoint, this phenomenon is seen as energetic synchronization or telepathic resonance. When two souls share a strong connection, their energy frequencies can align. If someone is reminiscing about a special moment you shared, like a song, a place, or a time of day, you might suddenly feel compelled to experience the same thing. It's as if their energy is magnetically pulling you toward a shared vibration in space and time. Songs, in particular, are powerful messengers because music carries emotion and frequency. The right song can transmit feelings across distance, acting as a spiritual signal that echoes the energy of someone's thoughts about you. You might hear your song on the radio at the exact moment you're missing them, or a random playlist might start playing a tune tied to a memory with them. Spiritually, this is often interpreted as the universe's way of confirming that a mutual energetic exchange is taking place. Similarly, a sudden pull toward a place, even a place you hadn't consciously thought of, could mean that your intuition or soul recognizes a connection point between you and that person. Maybe they were just there, or maybe their energy is strongly tied to that location. Either way, the universe uses these subtle nudges to align energies and awaken awareness. In essence, when you feel an unexplainable pull toward a song, place, or moment, don't dismiss it. It could be your intuition responding to someone's thoughts or emotional energy. These moments remind us that love and connection are not confined by distance. They live in vibrations, memories, and the mysterious synchronicities that link one heart to another. 7. You sense their presence. Even when they're not around. Have you ever felt like someone was near you, even though you knew they weren't physically present? Maybe you suddenly sense their energy in the room, feel a soft warmth as if they're beside you, or catch a faint memory of their voice or scent. These moments can feel surreal, both comforting and confusing, yet they often carry deep emotional and spiritual meaning. Many believe that sensing someone's presence when they're not around is a sign of a powerful emotional or energetic connection between you and that person. From a psychological perspective, this can be understood through the concept of emotional imprinting. When you share strong emotions or experiences with someone, your brain stores sensory details, their voice, gestures, smell, and energy. Later, when your subconscious recalls that person, especially if they're thinking about you or if something triggers their memory, your mind recreates those sensations. It's a form of mental projection. Your emotional memory temporarily brings them into your awareness so vividly that it almost feels like they're truly there. However, from a spiritual or energetic viewpoint, this phenomenon is seen as a reflection of energetic presence or telepathic connection. Energy doesn't require physical proximity. When someone's thoughts or emotions are strongly directed toward you, particularly if love, longing, or emotional attachment is involved, their energy can reach your personal space. Sensitive individuals, or those deeply bonded to someone, often feel this as a vibrational echo, a soft pressure in the air, a wave of warmth, or an inner knowing that they're here. You might notice these sensations at specific times, such as when you're alone, relaxed, or emotionally open. For example, you might be reading or daydreaming when you suddenly feel a familiar energy, as if someone is silently observing you with affection. Sometimes, this happens right before you receive a message or call from them, as though your intuition picked up their approach before it became physical reality. In more spiritual traditions, such experiences are described as soul connections or energetic visits. Twin flames, soulmates, or deeply connected partners may share such awareness naturally. One person thinks intensely about the other, and the other feels it as presence. It's important, though, to distinguish between a comforting energetic sense and overthinking. True energetic presence feels calm, natural, and peaceful, not anxious or obsessive. In essence, when you sense someone's presence even when they're not around, it may be your heart's way of reminding you that connections built through love and emotion transcend physical boundaries. The bond you share lives beyond sight or touch. It exists in energy, emotion, and the quiet spaces between two souls who still feel each other's existence. You receive unexpected messages or calls from them. Have you ever been thinking intensely about someone? Maybe missing them, remembering an old moment, or simply wondering how they're doing, and suddenly, they text or call you out of nowhere. It almost feels magical, like they somehow heard your thoughts. This moment of perfect timing often leaves you wondering, how did they know? In both psychological and spiritual interpretations, this kind of experience is seen as a powerful sign of energetic alignment between two people. From a psychological perspective, this is connected to the idea of shared thought frequency and subconscious timing. Human beings who share a close bond often develop subtle patterns of thought and behavior synchronization, much like how friends finish each other's sentences or sense each other's moods without speaking. When you think about someone intensely, your emotions may unconsciously trigger your behavior or even send energetic cues that influence them to reach out. It's not telepathy in a literal sense, but rather a deep, instinctive awareness that operates below conscious thought. Psychologists also link this to intuition and emotional memory. When someone holds emotional significance in your life, your mind stays attuned to them, even if you don't realize it. So, when you feel the urge to think of them, or when they do, both of you are tapping into the same emotional channel. The result can appear as a perfectly timed message or call, as if your thoughts traveled faster than technology. From a spiritual or energetic viewpoint, this is often described as soul synchronization or telepathic communication. When you and someone else share a strong energetic connection, your thoughts and emotions can align across distance. The moment you start thinking about them, they might subconsciously feel your energy and be inspired to reach out through a message, call, or even a social media interaction. It's as if the universe acts as a messenger between your hearts, guiding both of you to connect at the exact right moment. This synchronicity is especially common between soulmates, twin flames, or emotionally bonded partners. You may notice that these messages tend to arrive during emotionally heightened times, when you're missing them deeply, reflecting on the relationship, or feeling lonely. It's not random, it's energetic timing. If this happens frequently, take it as a sign of mutual awareness. You're both thinking about each other, consciously or subconsciously, and that shared focus creates a bridge that brings you together. In essence, when you receive an unexpected message or call from someone right after thinking of them, it's a beautiful reminder that human connection transcends distance. Sometimes the heart speaks before the phone rings, and the universe simply delivers the message both souls were already sending. You both start posting or thinking similar things. Have you ever noticed that you and someone else, maybe an ex, a close friend, or someone you feel deeply connected to, post, share, or even think about the same things at the same time? Perhaps you both write about loneliness, healing, or love on social media without any coordination. Or maybe you start humming a song only to find out later that they shared that exact song online. These coincidences often feel uncanny, but they're actually powerful signs of mental and emotional synchronization. From a psychological perspective, this phenomenon can be explained through emotional alignment and subconscious mirroring. When two people have a strong emotional bond, their thoughts and feelings often move in the same rhythm, even when they're apart. The brain naturally mirrors emotional states of those it's connected to, a process linked to mirror neurons. These neurons make you feel what another person feels, even from a distance. So if someone is thinking about a certain emotion or memory, your subconscious might pick up on that frequency and express it through similar thoughts or behaviors, like posting the same quote or sharing a related idea online. It's also tied to a concept called empathic resonance. Emotional energy can travel between people who have deep bonds, especially if their connection was once intense or unresolved. When one person reflects on the relationship, the other often experiences a parallel wave of emotion without knowing why. This can manifest as thinking of the same topics, feeling the same moods, or expressing the same reflections publicly around the same time. From a spiritual or energetic viewpoint, this is seen as a form of telepathic connection or soul synchronization. When two souls share a strong energetic link, they vibrate on similar frequencies. Their thoughts, emotions, and even creative impulses can align, resulting in parallel behaviors or signs that the universe uses to remind both parties that their connection still exists. You may notice that these synchronicities increase when one or both of you are emotionally charged, such as during longing, healing, or moments of intense reflection. Sometimes, this kind of alignment can even serve as a gentle spiritual nudge. The universe might be mirroring your energies through shared actions to show you that your connection remains active, not in a physical sense, but in a deeper, unseen one. In essence, when you both start posting or thinking about the same things, it's rarely random. It reflects an ongoing energetic dialogue between your minds and hearts, a reminder that deep connections transcend communication, distance, and time. What you think and feel can echo in someone else's world, proving that true emotional bonds are not limited to words. They live in the quiet harmony of shared thought and energy. Say, you feel inner peace or restlessness. When they do, have you ever felt a sudden sense of calm or unease for no clear reason, and later discovered that someone close to you was experiencing those exact emotions? It's as though your mood shifted to mirror theirs without any physical contact or conversation. This phenomenon often points to a deep emotional and energetic bond, where your energy field resonates with another person's state of being. When they feel peaceful, you sense relief. When they're restless or anxious, you feel unsettled too, even miles apart. From a psychological perspective, this connection can be explained by the concept of emotional attunement. When two people share a strong relationship, romantic, familial, or spiritual, their brains become conditioned to each other's emotional patterns. You subconsciously read their emotions through memory and intuition, even in their absence. Psychologists describe this as a form of emotional empathy, where your nervous system syncs with someone else's. It's why a mother senses when her child is upset, or why you feel anxious right before someone you love shares bad news. This emotional resonance is also linked to mirror neurons, the brain cells responsible for understanding and reflecting others' emotions. When someone you care about experiences emotional turbulence or peace, your brain may mirror their state through subtle physiological changes, like heart rate shifts, stomach tension, or mood swings, even when you have no logical reason to feel that way. From a spiritual or energetic viewpoint, this connection runs even deeper. Every person emits an energetic vibration based on their emotions and thoughts. When two souls are connected, their energies can intertwine, creating a shared vibrational field. If one person's energy becomes restless, filled with worry, sadness, or longing, The other person's energy senses the disruption. Similarly, when they find peace or healing, you may suddenly feel lighter, calmer, and inexplicably at ease. These moments often happen during times of emotional intensity or change, such as heartbreak, forgiveness, or spiritual awakening. It's the universe's way of reminding you that emotional bonds extend beyond time and space. What one heart feels, the other can perceive. However, it's important to stay grounded and self-aware. Not every emotional shift comes from another person. Sometimes it reflects your own internal growth or stress. The difference lies in the clarity and timing. When your emotions feel foreign, yet familiar, and when they align mysteriously with someone else's life events, it's likely an energetic reflection rather than coincidence. In essence, when you feel inner peace or restlessness that seems to match someone else's emotional state, it's a sign of deep spiritual resonance, a connection so profound that your souls communicate beyond words. It's love, empathy, and energy woven together, proving that true connection doesn't end with distance. It simply transforms into silent understanding between two hearts.